Hello, my name is Harriton Wadkop. Welcome. The topic for this show is the national fool. I guess you already know who this person is. We have with us Bobby Brillante. Bobby, let's talk about quickly the election. It intrigues me kasi mag-uumpisa na yung circus, like you said. So, in Facebook, we can see now the 12. They have actually 16, I think, Liberal Party nominees.
Yes.
You have Paredes there, of course. You have Isidro. You've got all kinds of characters. La Sierda, the guy who did very well when it comes to fooling the Filipino.
Another clown.
Another guy. Bakit kaya? Ako, maybe it is good we're having the elections para malaman na ng Liberal Party na talagang you have been rejected by the Filipinos in general. I think it's time maybe. Baka after this election, tumahimik na sila. Tingin mo? Hindi pa rin.
Siguro naman, because nobody can judge them except the people themselves. So it is better that they run in the 2019 election. So,
Para lumabas na the last nail on the coffin para tumahimik
finally,
na kaya.
mabasbasan sila ng tao.
Because don't they see it? Don't they see the ratings of the president steady and climbing no matter what issue? And if you have a president that popular and you're running against the opposition na ganon, it's like they know it's a cliff and they're still going to jump off the cliff. I mean, are they, or maybe we don't have a national fool. We have national fools. Parang ganon. I mean, plural. Di ba? Parang ganon eh.
Oh, yeah.
I can't fathom, I can't understand where they're coming from. Di ba? Parang unbelievable, pero pipili talaga nila, no?
So, dapat lang na magsitakbo sila para malaman nila talaga yung tunay na damdamin ng taong bayan. And for them to be trust again, the second time in 3 years. So, malalaman nila talaga na, but then again, in a democratic setup kasi, no matter how full you are or fools they
You
are,
can run.
kailangan talaga may tumakbo. Kasi you cannot have one singular party running the government and without anybody criticizing. Kaya lang, ang sentimiento lang naman ng tao is that they cannot find a credible opposition. Unlike in the past, for example, during the Marcos era, no, when the other party criticizing Marcos and the other
That was the
administration
Nacionalista and the Liberal.
there was always this alternative, and there was a lengthy debate in Congress, in the House of Representatives, and in the Senate. And those are debates that people would like to learn. Itong mga debates ngayon, wala naman tayo na napagmamasdan sa Senado. For example, ano ba yung gusto lang makita ng tao pagka merong hearing about corruption, about smuggling of, alleged smuggling of drugs. So, parang yun lang ang extravaganza. Wala na yung tumitindig na mga dekalidad na tao na may mga bright ideas and then them debating on the basis of ideas
Do the
presented.
Filipino understand the intellectual debates? You know, there's this thing going on in America about the intellectual politicians. And they took a survey and they realized, well, the survey says that the American thinker no longer looks at logic or the intellectual thought, rather the simplistic, down-to-earth, straight talk by politicians. Do you think our people, the Filipinos, are ready for an intellectual debate, argument, discussion? Are we still wanting to listen to that, or are we still involved with gusto ko yung pagkain sa tiyan ko? Hanggang ngayon, ganun pa rin.
Yeah, pero saan man nagsisimula yung mga programa na pinapatupad? Like for example, yung sapat na pagkain sa pagkainan, yung programang pangkalusugan, nagsisimula yan sa bright ideas. Kailangan lang ma-filter down mo
You said, yeah, you said earlier.
to the level that is understandable by the people. Kaya nga yung expertise natin dito sa communication importante. Because when an intellectual talks about his ideas, he may not be understood by the others. So
Yun.
you need
Communicators.
somebody like Harry
Communicators.
Tambatko to translate that into the simplest language that everybody can understand. Diba? You remember before, yung may mga, bakit in the past meron naman tayong mga intellectuals na mga senador, pero they are able to go down to the level naiintindihan. Kasi meron silang mga handlers na nagko-communicate ng kanilang bright idea.
So professional politicians, so to speak,
Yes.
those who do their job,
Oo.
rather than those that come out in TV shows and movies,
Yes.
yeah.
Kasi kailangan i-maintain pa rin natin yung ganung level na wag natin ibaba yung standard natin na gusto natin sa mga politiko. Kailangan hanapin
said.
pa rin natin yung
Well said.
yung quality na kinakailangan natin na
What do
ating
you
hahangaan.
expect with the elections coming up? Ikaw, what are your expectations? So here we come, the second week of October, the COMELEC will move 1 week late to allow for Congress to terminate the sessions before the filing of certificates.
Yeah.
Ikaw, what do you expect will happen? With the popularity of the president unshaken, will the opposition even have a chance? Alam nila may cliff, tatalong pa rin sila. Yeah, correct, you need an opposition, but not this kind of opposition.
I think naman may chance naman yung opposition dito. Out of 12, maybe 3 or 4 pwede nilang makuha, no? Kasi as
Who
I
do you
said,
think is popular? The re-electionists o bago?
yung mga re-electionist, kasi sila yung may recall. And then, I think ko naman, Marrojas would have a chance. Dahil yung kanyang exposure nung nakaraang
Let's see,
election, hindi...
you are a Marcos and we are the Aquino as the president. The Yolanda fans, they stopped counting. I remember, who was that in CNN, tinanong sa kanya, di ba yung mga patay sa kalye?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Those are fresh bodies. I was here the whole morning. On worldwide TV, I mean, he lied, di ba? Mr. Palenque, who lives in the White House, di ba, in Cubao,
And
I don't understand that. If I ran for Congress and I was rejected, I gave up. Di ba, Muntinlupa did not want me. I understand that. I accept it. Rojas running for the presidency, rejection. I mean, look at Danding Cojanco. Ayaw niya na after that happened. You know, ang kapal naman ng mukha mo na tatakbo ka na naman, ni-reject ka na nga ng taong bayan. I don't know where he's coming from. Mayaman naman. I don't understand this guy Rojas.
Kasi you have to you have to keep the party alive. The Liberal Party has to go on keeping the party alive. And how do you keep the party alive? By having the personalities that's
But aren't
already
these the wrong
known.
personalities to be the opposition? It looks like they're the improper and uneducated opposition, so to speak. Why don't we have a better opposition, sana? Like you said, one that will challenge the economic team, one that will challenge, do we go industrialization or we go agriculture or a combination of both? Di ba yung mga that kind of approach?
Marami naman tayong mga alternatives na mga leaders who are well-meaning and well-qualified and more intelligent than the ones that we see now. The problem is that they shy away from politics. They don't want to they want to have anything to do with politics, which is wrong. Dapat i-encourage natin na mag-participate sila. Kaya puro kagaguhan na nangyayari sa gobyerno natin kasi puro gago na lang yung nandoon. But if we have some people na mga matitino, dapat we the taxpayers should
Why don't you
encourage
run?
them.
You've always been in politics, somewhat. For Makati, at least, you fought hard against the very strong Binay group. You stood up against them.
Yeah. Ang problema nga unless we change the rule of our elections, mahirap.
Mahirap.
Because
But isn't that common knowledge, and yet we're forced to go through the same rules the COMELEC has been forcing us to abide with?
Dapat nga kasi wala muna tayong election and we have to.
Sabagay, that's the idea of with federalism muna, no?
Oo nga eh. How can you run under this system na
Hindi- unacceptable,
naging sanhi ng kabulukan sa ating sistema?
And we're doing it again.
You under the present election laws, under the present composition of our commission in election, tatakbo ka, then you are a fool if you,
That's what I was trying to say earlier.
di ba?
So, is there time still to take out the COMELEC? I think maybe they're the issue, the first issue to address, no? Parang ganun, no?
The only way to do this is for our Congress to make legislations. Pero why will they change the rule when they are the ones benefiting from this rule?
Yeah, problema rin
So
yun,
the House of Representatives, the Senate will not change the rule because they have been elected under this rule. And you and I are the ones who are not capable of playing with their kind. Lahat ng makadumihan nandiyan sa kanila.
Lahat sa kanila.
So, ang
they will
gusto
not,
natin, malinis na,
Hindi nila
na
papalitan
election.
yan.
Gusto natin, irespeto yung boses ng tao. We want the people's will to prevail. But when the people try to go and vote, the results of their votes would be manipulated.
by the COMELEC.
So, ano
and the
mangyayari?
Smartmatic.
Kaya nga,
But for this coming election, what you will still promote, go out and vote. Sasabihin mo pa rin, bumoto.
kung po pwede nga lang, mag-boycott na tayo.
Okay.
This is really, with all these discoveries in the Senate hearings about the COMELEC and the election manipulations, computerized manipulation, dapat i-boycott na natin tong election na to eh.
Parang ano?
Let us first overhaul the election system, the electoral system. And then let us first choose the people who will man the election. Yung talagang sagad sa buto yung integridad nila. Hindi yung tatakbo akong senador, meron akong 200 million, pare, sige, number 5
Kulang
ako.
na yung 200 million, ikaw naman, oh. Yung tumakbo ko, ang patakaran sa Senado, 800 na eh. Sa congressman, pumapalo ka na ng 200, 250. Mayor, pumapalo na ng 80, 100 million na eh.
Kaya nga. So,
Di ba?
With this kind of situation, you still would like to run, you are really a fool. Ganun na yan.
Unless you belong to the establishment that enjoy fooling the people, and that's how you want to go in para pagkitaan mo lang ang taong bayan.
Yeah. So,
Parang ganon.
if you are
That's a good position. Boycott. Ano kaya, no? Let's promote that now on broadcast TV. I-boycott ang COMELEC, i-boycott an election.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Since we're holding back federalism, let's boycott this so that at least it'll put a nail in the heads of these people that you're not going to hoodwink us again one more time.
We did that during martial law.
Oo, umatras tayo, di ba?
Nag-boycott tayo. But kalahati ng opposition naman nag-participate. So, the force of the boycott advocates
was reduced.
Was dissipated. Pero, can you imagine kung everybody united as one moving against the
Are we even
fraudulent
capable?
elections?
But we are capable. We voted Duterte.
Yeah.
We voted to Duterte, so we are capable of doing it as a people.
Correct. That's why nga we want President Duterte to do what he was mandated to do with the people. The president was voted upon not to run business as usual in the government, but to overhaul the government. Remember ang kanyang
But he's doing that.
pagbabago.
But he's trying to do his best. It's obvious. But can he do that? I mean, he respects the law. Abogado eh. Sinasabi niya parate. Itong kay Trililing lang eh. Sinabi niya, inatras niya. Huling-huli na si Trillanes na walang amnesty. Fake pala. And he still abides by the RTC.
Alam mo, it's so sad eh, when I see the situation. The situation of the president is so sad because he wants to do so much. Tapos he is surrounded by the people that he appointed to be with him.
that
who are not
hold him
moving
down.
along with
mukha
him.
nga,
For
mukha nga
example,
lang.
ito lang. He is pushing so hard to transform our system to federalism. And yet, 3 of his major cabinet members
Are against it, yeah.
are against it.
The economic team.
Secretary Lorenzana, Secretary Dominguez, and Pernia, 3
Pernia.
major
Major,
departments.
yeah.
I mean, if I were a cabinet member, if I were to say in public that is in contrast of the program or the
Dapat umalis ka na
objective
lang,
of the president,
Resign.
I'd rather not say anything. Huwag ka na lang magsalita. Or if you want to say something against the president, mag-resign ka muna.
Kasi inner cabinet ka,
Kaya nga
inner
nakikita
sanctum ka,
natin, eventually, the president will really suffer a lot as a consequence because the expectation of the people for a change is not happening. Tingnan mo, magti 3 years na tayo, yung pagbabago. Hindi pa natin nakikita kasi nga,
na back burner yung federalism, no?
for example, yung ating war against illegal drugs, no? We went all out war against the illegal drugs, pero yung instrumento na gagamitin natin sa gyera, hindi muna natin nalinis. Because the police force is so corrupt.
Yes.
Di ba? So, ano nangyari? Ginawang hanap buhay yung tokhang-tokhang na mga police. Tokhang for ransom. Tapos, meron silang huhulihin. Pag hindi nagbigay ng 50 to 100,000 sa gabi, andun na naman. Pagka nagbayad. Pag hindi nagbayad,
may kilala akong ganun sa Bohol. Kawawa
nakakulong. Ngayon, yung mga napapatay namang iba, nangyayari dyan, ang pinapatay ng pulis na kunyari lumalaban, ay kakompetensya ng alaga nila ng mga
drug lord.
Drug lords. Yun ang kaya makikita mo yung presidente kawawa pag nagsasalita, gigil na siya, nagmumura na lang because of all this at yung mga tao na pinagkakatiwalaan niya,
mahihina.
Betray him.
Betray.
That is the problem. The problem of betrayal of trust of the president. Kaya walang choice ang presidente kundi mag-revolutionary government. If he continues with the election in 2019...
They were saying that he was close to proclaiming it when he was having the tete-a-tete with Panelo. Parang, akala ko, sasalita na nga siya. Yung frustration niya, lumalabas na no?
Alam mo, the people were expecting to something like that na, ay, ito na yata yung RevGov na i-announce niya. Naka-ready na yung mga Duterte supporters doon. So, tapos nung lumabas, ganun lang pala. Napaka-disappointing. Kasi, so yan ang hinahanap ng tao. Revolutionary government,
balik na naman tayo sa RevGov.
Pagbabago. And when you go for RevGov, that means overhauling of the government. Papalitan mo yung nasa Congress, papalitan mo yung mga mayor, yung mga governor. Kaya kung wala kang sikmura na gawin to, huwag na natin isigaw yung RevGov kasi huwag na natin isigaw yung federalism dahil hindi mangyayari. Pagka wala tayong...
Bobby, we've reached the end of the program. One final last message? Anything?
Well, sana nananalangin pa rin kami na tayo na mga naniwala kay Pangulong Duterte na isusulong ang pagbabago that one day na magising ang presidente to make a bold move na itong kasalukuyang sistema talaga hindi angkop sa ating kalagayan na kailangan talaga ang tunay na pagbabago. At para magkaroon ng tunay na pagbabago, isang gobyernong revolusyonaryo ang kinakailangan nating itatag.
Thank you very much, Bobby. Ladies and gentlemen, there you are. We have brought to you the National Fool. So you already know. But don't forget, there are many new contenders, all belonging to the same Senate group. They're all there and they're all contending. And let's see who will stay and who will be the most popular fool of them all. Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much. You should start your